It is considered the most complex road infrastructure project in Arlington County history. We're talking about the 3.5-mile, $161 million transformation of Columbia Pike.
Business owners tell 7 News on your side, while this massive overhaul will eventually make the region more vibrant, it's come at a steep cost. Our Jay Korff has been digging into why this project has taken so long. He joins us live now along Columbia Pike. What are you hearing?
Yeah, well, as you can see behind me, it is just an absolute construction mess here along Columbia Pike. We've got about another mile and a half to go before this thing is done. And look, at the end of the day, being somebody who is a business owner, you know that you're going to take some risks. The folks here, they say they are really hurting. They just want better communication. They want a little bit of help, and they don't feel like they're getting it.
Pie crust is kind of zen-like. The more you try to make it better, sometimes the worse you're making it.
Saul Schott suspects that he's handcrafted more than 250,000 sweet and savory pastries.
Probably lemon chess is one of my favorite to make and eat.
In the nearly 15 years that he's owned Acme Pie Company in South Arlington. But he had no idea.
It's bordering on absurd.
That the miles-long construction project outside his front door on Columbia Pike would last literally as long as he's been in operation.
It looks like a war zone.
So get this, Arlington County officials started planning for the complete restoration of this busy corridor along Columbia Pike some 15 years ago in an effort to transform this part of town.
The street, Columbia Pike, is like a patchwork quilt. It's almost undrivable.
Schott and other small business owners tell 7 News profits are down 40 to 50% because fewer customers are willing to dodge detours, navigate unfinished walkways, and find parking amid this mess.
Sad. You know, we want the construction to be over.
Alex Lopez with nearby Sabor's Tapas Bar says his lunch rush is non-existent because no one wants to dine to a chorus of excavators.
Customers are complaining. They don't want to drive the vehicles in these roads. Can get damaged, and the traffic jam is insane.
There's nothing that I can say that diminishes the struggles.
Andrew Schneider leads Columbia Pike Partnership, the nonprofit supporting economic and community engagement along this corridor.
The bottom line for businesses is, when in the world is this going to get done?
For all of us, it's a fair question. And just like with any other type of construction or project, there are so many variables that go into it.
The problem with a project like this is its complexity. These crews are literally revamping everything associated with this section of Columbia Pike. We're talking upgraded storm drains, all new utilities, both wet and dry, underground, wider sidewalks, upgraded bus stops, and all new traffic signals.
And all of this will be followed by final paving.
Project spokesperson Claudia Poor says to keep traffic moving and businesses open, the county opted to do this project in stages instead of all at once.
So when do you think this project is going to be done? Because the businesses some of them are losing their minds because customers just aren't coming.
Oh, and we understand that frustration. We fully sympathize because we're just as eager for this project to end. And the plan is still to end substantially on all phases or all segments by the end of 2025.
But Arlington County Board Chair Takis Karantonis, an urban planner by trade, offered a much blunter assessment. He admits to 7 News that the complexity of this project contributed to enormous pain for business owners, and that the county should have been more creative and inventive in its approach to supporting merchants.
I wish the county was a little bit more responsive to small business.
As for Saul Schott, there's no turning back.
I love the Pike. I love living here. I like the people.
He just wishes he didn't have to consume so much humble pie along the way.
Business owners are an interesting group. They can take a hit on the assumption that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And they do, in fact, see that light at the end of the tunnel. We know that when this is done, it's going to be a very vibrant and safe place. But right now, in fact, I was just talking to some folks who live in the area. You know, we didn't even talk to people who live over there in those high rises. And I was just chatting with a couple of folks, including an elderly woman who says it takes her like an hour because she's got to walk all different ways around because there's no crosswalks in some places. And The sidewalks aren't finished in some areas, but they're finished in other areas. It's just a hot mess. They say 2025 that this is going to be done at the end of the year, but we're hearing closer to early in 2026 to include things like green spaces and beautification and trees and things like that.
All right, Jay, you named a lot of problems, the parking, the noise, the delay in this project, but still you say business owners there tell you there's another complaint that they have that's even bigger?
Well, you know, well, first off, they were really hoping that they could get some financial assistance, and then the county said, no, if we do that, it'll set a precedent and we really can't help you. But I mean, just as an example, the very first day that I was shooting video down here, I was literally right here, and the construction crews completely blocked the driveway for several businesses. And they didn't tell anybody. And I talked to the business owners, and they said that the county never told them that they were going to do that. I informed the county. The next day, they had a sign up telling customers that they could go around the block and get into the parking lot the back way. So just stuff like this drives these businesses crazy.